Hello student, in this video you are going to learn about C circuit. What is C circuit? When alternating EMF is applied to a capacitor only, then this is said to be C circuit or pure capacitive circuit. Let us draw the circuit diagram for this. Here we are taking a capacitor. Let us connect this capacitor with an alternating source, which is E equals to E naught sin omega t. Then this will produce the charge Q. So Q charge will be accepted by the capacitor of capacitance C. Due to this Q charge and capacitance C, the potential difference developed between the plate of capacitor is V equals to Q upon C. So this is the potential difference developed. Now we will write, let applied alternating EMF across the plate of capacitor is E equals to E naught sin omega t. Let this be question number 1. E equals to E naught sin omega t. This is the applied alternating EMF. Now, according to KVL, that is Kirchhoff voltage rule, we have E is equals to V. So what is E here? E is equals to E naught sin omega t, and what is V here? V equals to Q by C. So we write here Q by C. From here we get the value of Q. Q is equals to C E naught sin omega t. This is Q. Now we all know that what is current? Current is rate of flow of charge is said to be current. So we write here, since I is equals to dq upon dt, so put the value of q. What is the value of q? Value of q is here C epsilon naught sin omega t. So put here C epsilon naught, it is C E naught sin omega t. Now take out the constant is C E naught d upon dt sin omega t. So what will be the differentiation of sin omega t? For differentiating it, we need chain rule. So I am writing the format of chain rule here. This is C E naught d upon d omega t, and here sin omega t into omega. We multiplied here by omega and divide here by omega. So now it can be read d sin omega t upon d omega t. So we all know that d sin theta upon d theta equals to cos theta. So here d sin omega t upon d omega t is cos omega t. So what we get? We get the value C E naught cos omega t into omega. So we can write like this, I is equals to, we will write this C E naught and omega like this. This E naught 1 upon C omega, and here we have cos omega t. So this is 1 by C omega is said to be XC. XC is known as capacitive reactance, and here we have cos omega t. So this is become I naught cos omega t, which can further be written as I naught sin omega t plus pi by 2. So I is equals to I naught sin omega t plus pi by 2. This is equation number 2. And here we have XC. So where we can write XC is equals to 1 by C omega This is said to be capacitive reactance. We will discuss capacitive reactance later on. Now, in this circuit, we have seen that the applied alternating EMF is E equals to E naught sin omega t, and the generated current is I equals to sin omega t plus pi by 2. So, if we subtract omega t plus pi by 2 with omega t, you get pi by 2. This means that current leads EMF by pi by 2, or you can say that EMF lags current by pi by 2. This can be understood by the help of time diagram and phasor diagram. Let us see time diagram and phasor diagram of capacitive circuit. Let us draw the timing diagram of C circuit. For this, we will take here axis. So this is the y axis, and let us take the x axis this side. This is the x axis, and here this indicate E or I. This means that E or I both will indicate by the y axis. Now this side it indicate omega t. Let this is the graph for E equals to E naught sin omega t. E equals to E naught sin omega t. So this is the peak value known as E naught, and this side the negative peak value. Negative peak value is this side. You have minus E naught. Let here is the value known as I naught, and here is the value known as minus I naught. So when we extend this line will extend it like this. And when we extend this line, this will extend it like this. Now see, here we have I is equals to I naught cos omega t. This means that for current, we have to start with I equals to I naught cos omega t. So cos function will start from positive end. This means that this is the first point. Now what about the second point? The second point will become at 0. This is the second point here. It is the second point, and this will be the third point from this side. This will be the third point. After that, this will be the fourth point, and this will be the fifth point. Here it will be the fifth point. Now join these points with a freehand diagram. When you join it, this will be joined, and this will be joined here with a loop, this loop. So this line will indicates I equals to I naught cos omega t, which can also be written as I naught sin omega t plus pi by 2. This is said to be the time diagram number A. This is said to be time diagram of C circuit, or you can also say this is E and I versus omega t graph. You have seen the time diagram. Now you are going to see another diagram known as vector diagram for C circuit. So let us draw the vector diagram. For drawing the vector diagram, again I am taking here the y axis. Let us take the y axis this side. This is the y axis, and take the x axis this side. This is the x axis. Let us take a vector here. This vector indicate E naught, and this angle is omega t. Let us draw another vector this side, whose length is less than E naught, and E naught and I naught should be at an angle of 90 degree pi by 2. So if this will be omega t and this will be pi by 2, then this will be omega t plus pi by 2. So this will be omega t plus pi by 2 is here, omega t plus pi by 2, and this is said to be vector diagram of C circuit. Let this be figure B. Now you have seen timing diagram and vector diagram of C circuit, and in C circuit I have also explained that current leads EMF by pi by 2. Now in between this there is a topic known as capacitive reactance. Let us go for the topic capacitive reactance. Yes, so you are going to learn capacitive reactance. This is symbolized by Xc, which is equals to 1 by omega c. Just you have seen. So what is capacitive reactance? When we applied current to a capacitor, then the capacitor opposes the current. This opposition is offered like a resistance, and this is said to be capacitive reactance. So we can define it like as the resistance offered by a capacitor to the flow of current through it is said to be capacitive reactance. And since it is a type of resistance, so its SI unit is also ohm. Now here you have Xc equals to 1 by omega c, so it is 1 by 2 pi nu c. This means that Xc is proportional to 1 by nu. So if you draw Xc versus nu graph, then we have to take first of all y-axis. Here we are taking the y-axis, and after here we are taking the x-axis. On this y-axis I am putting Xc, and here we are putting nu. Then the graph is a curve graph. This is the graph of Xc versus nu. Now there are two cases. One case is AC applied and one case is DC applied. Let us see. If I deal case number 1, AC applied to capacitor, then we know that nu is equals to 50 hertz or it will be 60 hertz. This means that nu is not 0, and the formula is Xc equals to 1 by 2 pi nu into C here. So if I put the value of nu, that is 50 or 60 hertz, then Xc value will be decreased. So this is less value, decreased value. And in case number 2, DC applied to capacitor, then nu is equals to 0, because DC is a steady current, so frequency of DC is 0. In this situation, Xc is equals to 1 by 2 pi nu c, which is equals to 1 by 2 pi into 0 into c. So this is not defined, or you can say that this is, or you can say this is infinitive. This means that obstacle produced by DC current is infinitive, and here for AC current this is less value. So less obstacle is produced by AC current, and DC current completely blocked by the capacitor. So you have learned what will happen when we apply alternating current to the capacitor. And student, in the beginning you have learned R circuit in my lecture, then you have learned L circuit, now you have learned C circuit. Now in next lecture we see the combined effect, that is LCR circuit. So let us watch the next video. Thank you for this.